If The Ugly was a movie, plot changes and casting calls. The Ugly, a haunting flash game by J. Ryan Lab, is one of the most bone-chilling experiences to come out of Newgrounds' golden era, with its psychological tension and brutal narrative. It's no surprise to fans that have wondered what a movie adaptation might look like. How would Hollywood handle its grim story, and who would take on the roles? Let's explore potential plot tweaks and dream casting for The Ugly, the movie. Plot changes for the big screen. While the Flash game's raw and unflinching narrative leaves a lasting impression, certain elements would likely need adaptation to suit a feature-length film and a broader audience. Here's how the story might evolve. 1. Deepening the story. Backstory. The game's minimalist approach leaves much unsaid, which works for its eerie atmosphere. A movie could expand on the killer's history, Donald the Ugly Dempsey, what led him to his horrific spree, flashbacks to his past that could provide chilling insight to his psyche while justifying his actions. Number 2, character development. The protagonist, as nameless schoolgirl in the game, would need a fleshed-out identity. Introducing her as a resourceful, introspective character could amplify the audience's connection to her. Perhaps she's a budding artist or writer, using her creativity to survive and outsmart the killer. Number 3, reducing explicit violence. The game's most shocking moments, as the implied sexual violence, might be toned down or implied rather than shown outright, similar to how the Silence of the Lambs and Prisoners handled disturbing themes. This could reserve the horror while avoiding alienating viewers. Number 4, expanding the setting. The confines of the family home are integral to the game's tension, but a movie might explore the neighborhood and secondary characters like neighbors or law enforcement to create more suspenseful encounters. Number 5, a more hopeful ending. While a bittersweet ending captures the game tone, a movie might include a glimmer of hope. Perhaps the protagonist finds solace in a surviving family member or a newfound strength in the aftermath. Dream casting. A movie adaptation of The Ugly requires actors capable of delivering raw emotion and intensity. Here's our ideal cast. The protagonist, played by Millie Bobby Brown, known for her role as 11 in Stranger Things. Millie Bobby Brown has the perfect mix of vulnerability and strength to portray the schoolgirl fighting for her life. Her ability to convey fear and resilience would make the audience root for her survival. Donald the Ugly Dempsey, played by Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy's chilling performances in Peaky Blinders and Quiet Place Part 2 prove he can embody a menacing and psychologically complex villain. His cold, calculating demeanor would make Donald Dempsey unforgettable. The mother, played by Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman's emotional depth and gravitas could bring heart-wrenching realism to the mother's tragic role. Her portrayal would add a layer of heartbreak to the protagonist's struggle. The father, though a minimal presence in The Ugly, plays a crucial symbolic role in the story. Even in death, his fate sets the tone in the protagonist's horrifying discovery. A strong, recognizable actor could make his brief moments on screen resonate emotionally, even if flashbacks or family members are added to the movie adaptation. Casting the father, Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad or Argo, would make an excellent choice for the father. His ability to exude warmth and wisdom in family roles, like Malcolm in the Middle, contrasts sharply with the horror of his demise, creating a heartbreaking impact. Even with limited screen time, Cranston's expressive range could make an audience feel the weight of his loss. Alternatively, if the budget leans towards a more understated choice, David Harbour, Stranger Things, could bring a relatable everyman quality to the role. Supporting characters, neighborly ally Viola Davis as a perceptive neighbor who suspects something is wrong and aids the protagonist. Detective Jake Gyllenhaal as a relentless detective piecing together the killer's trail. The tone and style, the movie adaptation of The Ugly would thrive under the direction of someone experienced in atmospheric horror. Directors like Ari Aster, Hereditary, or David Fincher, who directed Seven, could capture the game's claustrophobic dread and psychological intensity. The cinematography would lean heavily on dim lighting, close-ups, and long tracking shots to maintain suspense. Fan reactions and speculation. Fans of the original game might have mixed feelings about a cinematic adaptation. Some would welcome the deeper narrative and high-quality visuals, while others might worry about that Hollywood would dilute the game's raw horror, keeping the spirit of the game alive. Its oppressive tension, hopeless atmosphere, and moral ambiguity would be key to satisfying its fan base. Conclusion: turning the ugly into a movie would be a bold and challenging endeavor, requiring careful handling to balance its horrifying themes with broader appeal. With the right team, however, it could become a harrowing psychological thriller that haunts audiences long after its credits roll. What do you think? Would The Ugly work as a movie, or should it remain a relic of the Flash game era? And who would you cast in its terrifying tale? Hey there, fantasy and science fiction fans, lovers. If you can't get enough of mystical realms, futuristic worlds, and thrilling adventures, then you come to the right place. By subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori, you gain access to an amazing collection of stories that will transport you to realms beyond your imagination. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll never miss out on the latest tales of wizards, time travels, space exploration, and so much more. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the best in fantasy and science fiction storytelling, and we're always adding new and exciting content for you to enjoy. But that's not all. By subscribing, you'll be also becoming part of our incredible community of fellow fantasy and sci-fi enthusiasts. You'll be first to know about the latest content for the channel that you won't find anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? Join us on this epic journey into the unknown by subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori today. Your next thrilling adventure awaits. Right, hit that subscribe button and let the storytelling begin. Thank you for being part of our amazing community. We can't wait to share even more incredible stories with you.